Hello, my friends. Christina here. If you've never met me, it's so nice to meet you. Welcome. And if you have been here for a little while, I just want to start by saying thank you for being here, because I am currently going through loss, death, and it just feels like I have a bunch of friends that are just here to support me. I can't explain it in any other way. That might sound silly to you, but like I don't feel like I'm like talking to a screen, you know, like it feels really nice and connective, and like I read all your comments and I just like thank you. So yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for being here. Truly. Okay, before we actually dive into your reading, I also had a memory unlock that I know is going to help a lot of you. So you see me in my bracelets always. Like I always have bracelets on. If I don't, it feels weird. But I got 3 new ones. These are from Otter Spirit, really high quality gemstones. And as I was opening them and like putting them on, I just had this memory of, I don't even know, it had to have been 15 years ago when I first realized that I could, you know, was sensitive to energy, which a lot of you are, whether you're aware of it or not. Just maybe you'll resonate with this. You know, like you can tell like if someone's in a bad mood or negative energy and you feel like you're carrying it, or you're like taking it on, or you're like, ooh, I don't want to be around that. Or, you know, if someone's hurting, like you're hurting. So you might be an empath, but even just like feeling other people's stuff or carrying it, it's exhausting. And so I remember back, I don't know, what, 10, 15 years ago, when I first like kind of consciously realized like, oh, wow, this isn't mine to carry. How do I clear that? Like, how do I just protect my own energy? I got a necklace with a single gemstone on it, just like right over my heart chakra. It was a specific gemstone that I can't remember anymore, but that was helpful to keep other people's energy out. And it just like, it was really helpful. Until I learned the skills on, okay, how do I release that? How do I protect my own energy and stuff like that? So if that's you, because that keeps coming up in my one-on-one readings with people, like they're like, how do you like let go of things? And how do you not feel what everyone else is feeling? Stuff like that. And it's like, oh my God, that's where I started. It was crystals, it was gemstones, it was a necklace. And that's why I wear bracelets now. Like the 3 other ones that I wear are specific for things. Like protecting my energy. These specifically I got for intuition, so I can tap more into my intuition for you guys, right? But yeah, I just wanted to offer that up. That might help you. There, you know, you can, for whatever you need it for, like for courage, for love, for more confidence, for self-love, for intuition, for protecting your energy. So I just thought that would be a helpful thing. You know, go get crystals, go get some jewelry, earrings, necklaces, bracelets. Yeah, it's just a place to start if you're feeling a lot of everyone else's stuff and you just really want to come back to yourself. So Otter Spirit, okay, that's the last thing. They have to be high quality. You can't go get like a $10 bracelet, okay? It has to be real, genuine gemstones. That's why I choose them. And they, every order helps sea otters. So yay. So check them out. You know what? I promise I'm almost done rambling. I'll even put a list of like, courage, these gemstones might help. Love, these might help in the description if that's going to help you, okay? Oh, and you get discounts. So that's all down below. Okay, let's start your reading. Thank you for letting me ramble. I just thought that would help someone because I remember feeling so overwhelmed by feeling everyone else's stuff. All right, we are going to start today with Old Faithful, my first deck ever. And I'm going to call on my guides as always. Hello, spirit guides, come on in. Thanks for being here. Help me hear, feel, see, know what I need to know to say to help this beautiful collective. Oh, okay, it's interesting. Since I'm standing, I'm going to be like swaying. I'm going to be like feeling into the energy. It'll be different. This is my first standing reading. All right. Okay. Pickles keep coming up in like multiple readings. I never say it out loud because but here we are. Pickles might mean something to you. And candles. All right, so let's check in with the energy of this connection. It already feels a little bit chaotic and a little confusing. Like, the first card out is the moon. And it's really hard to see things clearly under the moonlight versus the sun, right? So there's a bit of like fantasy here. It's almost like you were fantasizing over the potential of what this could be versus seeing the reality for what it was. Maybe this person was someone who promised you everything and said all the right things, but then that's not what they gave you or offered you. Magician and the Chariot. These, so far we have all major arcana right now. Very powerful spread. This connection was probably very strong, very connective, very unlike anything else. I still don't know if you're in communication or in separation, but it kind of feels like you're in separation. Yeah, it's like when you met, it was like you just kind of, you went with it. It felt right. It felt good. You were like, this is what I want. You're what I want. This fantasy, this life that we're building. You probably even talked about the future with them. You talked about like what you'd name your kids, or you talked about like where you'd live, or what what your future could be together. Why do I feel like there's going to be a turn here? Knight of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. I'm like, the Seven of Swords is like thief, liar, cheater, kind of an energy. With it in reverse, it feels like this was hidden. It feels, again, with the moon coming out too, like it feels like this was like stuff you couldn't see. I keep, like they promised you all the world, but you believed them. Like it didn't feel like they were lying. It didn't feel like it was inauthentic. In fact, maybe it wasn't. Maybe they really meant those things, but then something happened, or they some form of avoidant, right? Like that, like just had to pull away. Let's get more. Ah, okay. Okay, there it is. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. It feels like it ended. Abandonment wounds may have come up, whether that was with you or in them. We'll get into more detail soon. There's a, like, what is that feeling? Woo! Okay. Like, I'm wondering if, like, when they walked away, or when they said goodbye, or when they broke up with you, or whatever it was, if you like literally felt weak in the knees, like you needed to sit down, like maybe it was a shock. Maybe you felt like your world was crumbling. You thought you would have the happiness, and then it was ripped away from you. This was in reverse with the Five of Pentacles. Like it feels like a silence, like disbelief, utter disbelief that this is ending. What else? There may have been betrayal too. That's kind of a similar energy in my body. Eight of Cups in reverse. My boys are over here knocking everything off the table, just in case you're wondering what that sound is. Wow, it's like you never thought they would walk away. What is this? What? It's like they didn't even give you a reason. They didn't even explain why they were leaving. It's like the answer they gave, it was almost like you were like, that's bullshit. Or like, you got to give me more than that. Like, what are you talking about? Wasn't this everything you said you wanted? Like, why are you being this way? It feels like they put up a shield. I'm seeing like armor, like metal, just like, I don't know, Harry Potter, but like in Harry Potter, like those armor, just metal shields masked down, like holding their cards close to their chest. They weren't being vulnerable or open about it. They just were like, I gotta go, or I need to move on, or like, this isn't right. Or it's like, you didn't feel like they were being totally honest with that Seven of Swords. It's like, is there someone else? Is there a third party? Like, why is this happening? Yeah, they shook your world. What else? Let's do 3 more here. Okay. Oh, itchy. Okay. Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm wondering if they went back to an ex. I don't know if they were still in connection with an ex, or there was someone in their lives, like a friend that you like didn't necessarily like trust. Like, that's not just a friendship. You know, like, you don't lie to me or something. But with the 2 of Swords, it's like you were keeping yourself blindfolded. Like, back to the beginning, it was like, it was fantasy. You saw like what could be, what could potentially be, but you weren't seeing the reality. Like, their best friend, you know, like a part of you always knew, or something like that. You know, that doesn't have to be exactly your story. There's a lot of you here, but yeah, we have so many major arcana. We then have the Emperor and the Lovers. So why are those here? Why is the Emperor and the Lovers here? So it's interesting. I'm wondering if this is a third party, because in this deck, the Lovers has a third party here, right? And so it could be like, you know, this is like someone with wings, and you know, this bringing them together. Maybe you met through a friend, and then they left you for that person or something. But it also could be not a third party, right? Like, this person is just bringing these people together. But in this deck specifically, there are 3 people on this card. Okay. We also have the Knight of Pentacles coming out. In this specific deck in reverse, it's often my card of a father wound. So let's go more into detail about your person. I want to check in with what happened. So what did we gather there? It feels like they walked away. It was a surprise. They weren't being honest. Okay, let's get a little bit more on this person. And roles can always be reversed. This is just energy, so this might be you. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh my God, there's just a lack of vulnerability, but there's a lack of like them being honest with themselves. Like, I'm feeling now that I'm into their energy, it's like, it's almost like they came off as cold to you as they were leaving. They came across, it was almost mean. But from their perspective, like, what I'm feeling is like, what is that? Let's find out. What is that? So them, what was going on with them? Okay. Okay, let's see. So many major arcana today. What is happening? We have the Star. We have the High Priestess. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. We have the Hierophant in reverse. And we have the Knight of Cups. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry, there's something in my eyeball. Okay. Oh, it feels like they never let someone go from their past. Like, they were always there. So if they couldn't have... It's like they were comparing you to someone, to an ideal person. Oh no. Okay, so this could be a couple of things. It could be as simple as that, like they were still in love with their ex or something, or like their best friend, or like whatever. But also, if this person was maybe a fearful avoidant or dismissive avoidant with, as far as an attachment style, something that happens with them is in their brain, they hold on to like the perfect parts of their exes, and they like mush them together and create this like ideal person. And then they compare whoever they're with to this person that doesn't exist, this like perfect ideal thing. And so since you're human and you're not perfect, none of us are, they were like, oh, this isn't right. There's like a disconnect there. That's not going to be for all of you. It really does feel like another solid person. Knight of Cups, like they were looking back at someone else. They were holding on to something from the past. They hadn't let it go. They hadn't set it down completely. This may be an ex-wife, husband, ex-partner, like actually a committed person. Why is the Star here? Oops. Two of Pentacles, choosing between the two of you. Why is the Star here? The Tower. Let's just get all the major arcana out today. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. Wow, okay. It feels like, this might be really specific, so this isn't going to resonate with everyone, but you know what? I'm going to say it. With the Tower, the Six of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, oh my gosh. It feels like this person from the past ended it with them. And so there was a piece that they never let go of. They never moved on from. It was like, because they wouldn't have ended it, kind of a thing. And it's like now they're coming back, or now they're like in the woodworks again, or they like reached out, or they ran into them, or they saw them at work. And so again, that's not going to be for everyone. But then it confused them. And it was like, oh, let me go try with this person. And they like fled. And so that could be a thing that happens, like a dynamic, like, maybe they have been like, hang on, I got to try this with them. And then they come back to you. And then maybe there's a push-pull there. Let's get a little bit more. Just a little bit more. A couple more cards on this person. Let's do good. One more. Yeah, it's like they're looking for this ideal. They might be like impulsive. They have this heart, like it's like a kind of cold. It's like, this is, we're not working, I'm leaving. And it's like it feels like you're surprised and they're like kind of hard. The shell, the outer shell. It's like, again, they're looking for something that doesn't exist. They're in the fantasy land too. You both almost mirror each other in that way, where it's like you both had these like fantasies of what life could be, what love could be. And you weren't like working together. There wasn't like this like cohesive like, communication, discussion, healing, growth together. It was like very like individual almost, which is really hard. Okay. Let's talk about what's going to serve you. What's going to serve you? What's going to serve you? How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? Because I feel like you're confused. How does this person feel about our beautiful viewer? How do they feel about you? And guys, remember, not every reading will be for you. So if something doesn't feel right, like that's not your reading, and that's okay. Okay, how do they feel about you? Feels passionate. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. But also like contemplating, what is that? Is it like, was it only physical? Or was that the thing that was missing? The devil, something tied to their past they haven't let go of. Four of Pentacles. Wow, they were never really honest with you, were they? Hanged Man, oh my God. Okay, so how do they feel about you? With the devil coming out, it doesn't feel like they haven't like released you yet. And I'm wondering if they like randomly breadcrumb you or text you randomly, or if they fell off the face of the planet. This is tough. I'm feeling a lot of different collectives right now. How do they feel about you? How do they feel about you? Three of Swords. Wow, yeah. It's like it's between you and this other person. Look at that, the confusion there. It's almost, with the like hard exterior that I'm feeling, it kind of feels like they've hurt people in the past. Like it feels like they're a heartbreaker. Like they but even with what I said earlier about someone else ending it for them, like ending it with them, it's like that's why they couldn't let go of that person, because they were the only person that's ever broken their heart, or the only person that's ever walked away. Like people don't walk away from this person. How do they feel about you? I don't think this person knows who they are. I really don't. They feel confused and they feel like unhealed, which is so hard. And so if this is what you're dealing with, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I don't want to say like they're playing games, but since they don't know what they want, it's like they're breadcrumbing everybody. It's like the deeper wound there is like, I need to feel loved. I need to feel loved by people, but just to even feel good. So they need that attention, the external validation from other people. The number 6 or 15, which is a 6, or 7 might mean something to you. Yeah, it's like the passion you had in the beginning was gone. Yeah, the world, it's like they're closing that chapter. What the fuck? Oh, not the fun reading to give. Let's do 2 more, 1 more. Yeah, they don't fucking know either. I'm like pissed for you. Okay. This person doesn't know what they want. They're going to keep confusing you. They're not trying to confuse you, but since they are so confused internally and so conflicted, they're going to keep confusing you. Let's get advice for you. My advice, my biased advice, because I love you dearly, is like, please walk away. Easier said than done, I know, I understand. But like, protect yourself, protect yourself, protect your energy. Okay, advice for you. Let's cleanse that energy. Let's use this deck. Get you some advice. Okay. Whoo! Okay, that person may have had a little aggression or anger or snapped or like kind of had a temper. Or even like when you tried to ask any questions that were vulnerable, they would get defensive. Could be that father wound. Okay, advice for you, this beautiful viewer. One more shuffle. What do they need to hear? Okay, I'm seeing like going around on the merry-go-round. Like if you let this continue, it will continue. Like this cycle. Queen of Swords. Okay, time to have a real conversation with yourself about fantasy versus reality. You know, do you love this person or do you love the potential of them? And both could be true. Like you could obviously very deeply care about this person and hope they'll change, but is that the reality? Will they change? And how long would you wait? Seven of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, you may have an abandonment wound. That may be yours. And so this is your advice, your guidance, your gentle nudge to heal through that at the root. Like really do some deep healing work so that that doesn't come up again in the future. That may have been part of the dynamic here. Maybe it was like you felt like you were chasing them and they were like, you're too much. You're not too much. You're never too much for the right person, okay? But heal through that so that you don't bring that into relationships. Okay, 8 of Pentacles and the Fool in reverse. So if you're blaming them or blaming yourself, stop. Don't blame anyone. The only person you can focus on is you. The only person you can work on your healing for and with is you. You're the only person you have control of, okay? But beating yourself up won't help. And with the Fool in reverse, you can't move forward until you acknowledge and work through this. You might think you're healed, but there's still something here. There's still something you need to heal through and work through so that when you do move forward, you don't bring that into another relationship. Yeah, there's some healing that just needs to be done. High Priestess in reverse, you're not actually hearing the guidance that you're being given. You're not hearing it. Like your intuition might be telling you like move on and you're like, I can't move on. I love this person. But your intuition knows that they'll never change. It's hard. It's a hard place to be. I understand. Like how do you move on? How do you move forward? Hibernation is coming to me. Like moving into the fall, moving into the winter, like slow down, be with yourself. Spend some more time with yourself right now. Don't distract. Don't just like distract yourself, okay? The world, the ending of a chapter. Yeah, you're keeping yourself stuck somewhere. Get out of your head about it too. Like you're really, really, really in your head about it. You need to trust your intuition and feel into it instead of thinking about it. I hope that makes sense. Let's do 3 more. This is hard. There's like grieving that has to happen. happen, like grieving of the life you were going to have or thought you were going to have, or grieving of the person you thought they were. Yeah, again, with getting out of your head, like look at this like analytical, like, okay, well, if I just do this, or I should have done this, or stop. Be with yourself. Paint. Be creative. Journal. Hug yourself. If it's hard, this is so random, but if it's hard for you to sleep at night and you don't like sleeping alone, this is going to sound so weird, but you're a side sleeper, again, going to sound weird, you can hold your own hand. It's actually very soothing. So maybe that'll help someone here. I don't know. And then you end with the tower. You have to let the tower moment happen. You cannot run from it. You have to let it happen. You can't rebuild until you let it crumble. I know this may not be the reading that you wanted today. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. But I'm sending you so much love, okay? Maybe it's time to focus on you. Go to your local crystal shop. Go order some bracelets. Protect your own energy. Take care of yourself, okay? You're not going through this alone, even when it feels like you are. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.